Welcome to the Brasileiro podcast, and I want to just say this as a disclaimer. First of all, I am not advocating for Adriano to even get on the Seleção or even have a chance for the Seleção, and I'm not even trying to sell you guys a pipe dream like that's going to happen, but I am going to give the man credit. He has started his comeback with club Atletico Paranaense in Curitiba in Brazil, and they're in the Libertadores at the moment. And Adriano has been training well, and he has slimmed down. And I really think he's making a great effort to get back in the game. A lot of people know that he washed out with Flamengo. He didn't even play a game with them, and he was terrible with Corinthians because off the field issues, too much drinking, and too much weight. But I really think he's starting to get his life straightened out, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen with him. He's made 2 appearances so far this season, but they were only in the Libertadores, which here's my problem. You guys know I'm not going to do a podcast unless I have a problem. So my problem is with Portugal, the manager. He's from Spain, and he brings on Adriano for about 7 minutes one game, and I believe 3 or 4 the other game. Quote me if I'm wrong. And he's bringing on guys like Bruno Mendes before him, and he's starting guys like Marcelo over him. And nothing against those players, but they really aren't Adriano's quality. And I know Adriano has to earn his starting position, but what else does the man? How does he get a chance? Because if he's only getting 7 or 4 minutes a game in garbage time, then there's not much to prove, especially since Paranaense has the state championships where they're playing an under-23 squad so they can focus on the Libertadores, but they're not even using Adriano there to get him match fitness. And from all accounts, Adriano has been training, he's been dedicated, and he's been putting in lots of work. The pictures speak for itself. He slimmed down, he looks focused. Even during Carnival, he was training hard, and I don't think there were any reports of him drinking or getting into trouble, which has always been a problem for him. And I want to just say this. I think Adriano is going to make an impact this year, and I'm not trying to bash Paranaense too much for bringing him along slow, because obviously it's worked and he's in shape and it seems like he's dedicated to the game again. But then again, you got to give the man a chance to get some real game action, especially when you got the meaningless state championships and you're throwing out an under-23 squad. Let Adriano get some games in. And here's my prediction. I think Adriano is actually going to have a good year, but we're not going to see it until the Brazil around, and that's probably going to be the chance when he gets his opportunity. In the Libertadores, I don't know what we're going to see, and I don't expect much, but to be honest, I think it's kind of crazy that a manager would think Bruno Mendes gives your team a better chance of scoring than Adriano. And then the last thing about Adriano, and I know people are going to say, well, look at his lifestyle, look at what he did before. But look at what he did before he got into that bad lifestyle. And I'm not blaming his bad lifestyle or his bad life choices on his father dying, but that definitely had some effect on him, and he's obviously was harmed emotionally. So, I mean, he chose to use other things to cope. And I know people like to sit in their glass house and act like we're all perfect and that life is easy and that he's a footballer. He should be thankful for everything he gets. Yeah, you're kind of right. But then again, the man has been to the top, and he's also been to the bottom, so I'm interested to see where he ends up, and I think he's going to do good this year. I'm going out on a limb. He's going to do good this year. He's going to put up over 10 goals in the Brasileiro round, and I hope he really gets his chance, but who knows if the Spaniard manager is going to give him a chance. That's my main problem. And the last point I have to make is a lot of his struggles stemmed from this chronic foot injury he suffered at Corinthians, and it never really healed right, and he even played a game on it in Corinthians, and you could tell he was about 30% in one of the few games he played for them. So that's something to watch. He's fully healed. He looks to be moving better. You can see his speed, and you can see he's jumping really well, and by all accounts, like I said before, he's training really hard, and he's showing that technical ability on that smashing left foot that we used to see from him.